So the full process from start to finish. First, we will take DWG versions of the structural engineer drawings, but we prefer the steel fabricated drawings so long as they are as built approved, and we then overlay our steel deck over the top of that structure in DWG format, and we issue those drawings to you to then comment and make sure that the dimensions, and we ask questions about slab edge detail involving the edge of the slab, but also within the footprint of the slab where you've got voids such as stairwells or lift hatches, service penetrations, and we'll thrash out all of the doubts and question marks surrounding those details during the drawing stage we call design. Once that whole process is done and dusted, we get approval from the engineer, ultimately, and architect. Then we material schedule from that drawing. That drawing will show you where the bundles belong on the structure, first, second, third floor or roof, depends, and it's the same process for the roof deck orders as well as floor deck. Although the roof, we're not looking for slab edge detail, it will be a flashing detail and the extent of the edge of that roof, and cantilevering off the edges where we'd introduce stiffener plates. But for floor, it's slab edge detail and cantilevers. So go through that whole process, and then we'll material schedule the decking, and then we'll send it off to factory to fabricate, bundle as per our drawing layout, mark up with labels that arrive on site along with paint splash on the orientated side that corresponds with our layout drawing, and there's a dark bold black line down one side of the notation on the drawing that will show you the orientation of those bundles. So when we deliver the decking to you, and we'll consider the delivery requirements you need, by the way, we do prefer to know your delivery requirements at order stage so that we can plan it in when we're doing the schedule and planning the delivery. But if you have any delivery restrictions, whether that is time or size of vehicle, we send it on a rigid or curtain sider for you to offload. Again, it's cheaper to do that as a rule of thumb. If you do need us to provide you with offload services, tell us that that's what you require, please, so we can factor that into our price. We can deliver on a crane lorry and offload the deck and land it on the floor. We can deliver it as offload and landing service, but that's a whole new package that we need to know about at tender stage. If you need us to do that, please tell us. Failing that, if steel fabricators are on site, we'll coordinate the delivery to suit them, and they're on their tail end of their erecting a phaser floor, tailor our deliveries to suit them, and they'll offload using their resources. Again, you're paying for it once rather than twice if we're to do it in addition to them. Makes it more cost effective if we can coordinate things and work with people on site to achieve the same goals. So once all the deck is in place and landed, we will be talking to you during the waiting for the deck to be delivered anyway, and we will ask you about the edge protection and access. So what we expect is scaffolders to put 3-tier edge protection around all voids and edge of the building, and give us an access route, whether you'll have a staircase placed or you'll fix a ladder to the start point according to our drawing, or you will have a hacky staircase built for our fitters to walk up and access the level they need to deck. So we'll talk about that. That needs to be in place before we send our install team to site to keep them safe. They will do the safety netting underneath, or airbags, depends on the criteria that you have as structure support. Ultimately will dictate. Usually masonry block work jobs are airbags, and steel we can do safety netting with those majority of the time. And the same gang that do the decking will do the safety netting. If it's block work, the gang that do the decking will be different to the gang that come and do the airbags. So we need to know all of this before we price the project, and we can discuss this in the beginning. But anything that I've said to you here and now that you any questions about or doubts, then please let me know, and we can talk it through and find a solution to whatever doubts you might have or fears of costs spiralling in your head. So the majority of the work that we do, we are preparing the decking for your guys to mesh and then concrete after us. So we'll make sure the floor is ready and sealed. We use expanding fireproof foam to fill in gaps around end caps or around closure plate, and we will make sure that the floor is prepared and ready for mesh and concrete to give you the sufficient space you need for the mesh to sit on the floor from the surface of the concrete. Please see my video about concrete tips in the FAQ page for more information on this matter. But we will prepare the floor ready for mesh and concrete, and if we're doing the full package, we will do the mesh and concrete, follow straight on behind fitting the deck. The mesh and concrete is done by a different gang to the deckers. So the deckers will do the safety netting and the decking works, they'll de-rig the nets and off they go. Then we'll send the meshers in to mesh the floor, and we'll organise a pump and the concrete deliveries to suit, and we can pour anywhere between 150 to 600 square metres in a day. If it's power floated, then we take a lot longer. In a day we can pour 600 square metres, but power float works, it will go through the night depending on the humidity, the time of year that you require that. So please again talk to us before you put a program together. What I'm telling you here now is generic and on average, so every job is different, as you all know, but so do pick up the phone and speak to me or send an email.